So today I will show you weight test for cation. As you have done weight test for anion, similarly you have to do weight test for cation. As I have mentioned, dry test is not the confirmatory test. In dry test just you will get the idea about your cation, but weight test is the confirmatory test. That's why after doing dry test you have to do weight test. Now you have got limited number of anions like nitrate, sulfate, chloride, bromide, iodide. Limited number of anion you have got, but cation number is too large. Number of cations you have to do, and all these cations they are classified into some groups. Group 1, Group 2, Group 3, Group 4, Group 5, Group 6 and another group which is called 0 group. There are total 7 groups. All the cations they are classified into some groups. For example, Group 1 contains some cation, Group 3 contains some cation, Group 5 also contains some cations. For example, Group 5 contains barium ion, calcium ion, strontium ion. So like this way, number of cations are present in a group. And how these groups are made, how these cations are classified in different groups, it based on their precipitation principle. How they give the precipitate. Some cation gives the precipitate as hydroxides, some cations gives the precipitate as chlorides, some cation gives the precipitate as sulfides. So based on their precipitation, how they give the precipitate. Secondly, what about their KSP value, solubility product value? Based on that, all the cations they are classified into 7 groups. So already you have got the procedures. So when you do the weight test, you have to do the weight test group wise. Group 1, if group 1 is not present, then you have to move for group 2. If group 2 is absent, then you have to move for group 3, like that. If group 3 is absent, then you move for group 4. If group 4 is absent, then you move for group 5, like that. If group 5 is present, no need to do 6 and 0 group. 0 group you have to do at last. So today, now I will do group 1. So I will show you for group 1. These are weight tests. So your test tube, if it contains some amount of water also, no problem. So you take little amount of salt in the test tube. After that, you have to prepare a solution. So you take little amount of water and you dissolve it, which is called salt solution. In weight test, always you have to take salt solution. So now the salt is completely dissolved. It should be clear one. After preparing salt solution, your reagent is dilute HCl for group 1. Salt solution plus dilute HCl. Now you can see some precipitate, white precipitate is formed inside the test tube. So if you get white precipitate after adding dilute HCl, that means group 1 is present. Since you get the precipitate in group 1, no need to do 3, 4, 5, 6 group. So after getting the precipitate, group 1 is present. So group 1 present means actually group 1 contain number of cations, which cation is present in your salt. To find out that, you have to do analysis of the precipitate. So to do the analysis, you look the analysis part, analysis of group 1 residue. The group 1 residue, to get the residue first time, you have to filter the precipitate. So you filter it always after getting the precipitate, always you filter it, because the residue part is required to do the analysis. You can wash the test tube by adding little amount of HCl. Everything, the residue is dissolved in hot water. So this is your hot water and this is the residue part. You open the filter paper and the residue part you dissolve in hot water like this way. If it is not dissolved properly, then you can heat it for some time, then it becomes soluble. Now already it becomes soluble. So after dissolving in hot water, you divide the solution part in 3 parts. One part I will take in this test tube. This is your first part. What you have written? First part is cool. So you have to keep the test tube for cooling. This is your first part. Similarly, I will take second test tube. For second part, this is your second part. In second part, what you have to do, you have to add acetic acid plus potassium chromate solution. So this is acetic acid. I'll add acetic acid to acidify it. Acetic acid I have added. After that, you have to apply potassium chromate. So this is your potassium chromate as you have written in procedure. After adding potassium chromate, you have got the yellow precipitate. So yellow precipitate produced means your salt contain lead ion, Pb2 plus ion. So this is about the second part. You take the second part, then you add dilute acetic acid. After that, you apply potassium chromate, then you will get yellow precipitate, and that yellow precipitate confirms a lead ion. Actually, it produces lead chromate, and this lead chromate produces the yellow precipitate. Now, I will take the third part. First part is going on cooling. Second part already you have got the result, and this is your third part. With the third part, you have to apply potassium iodide solution. So this is your potassium iodide. So third part plus potassium iodide. Observation, you look the observation. Yellow precipitate. So you have written first third part plus potassium iodide solution. Observation, you have written yellow precipitate. That means Pb2 plus is confirmed. That means your salt contain lead as the cation. So like this way you can find out which cation is present in your salt. Thank you.